So we're starting video 4, which is going to be my last video for this chapter. The application for employment, this is when you're looking for a job, you're going to fill out applications. There are certain things that an employer can ask questions about and things they can't. And we're going to talk about this: gender, national origin, criminal background. And sometimes people will want to do background checks, and they sometimes might want you to run a credit check. You can understand that if it's a bank and they're hiring you to be a teller to handle money and you have bad credit because you can't manage your bills, they want to know about that. And you may not actually get a job because you have a bad credit score. And of course, a lot of employers will do drug testing. Okay, some of this just talks about safeguards to prevent lawsuits, different things. I'm going to skip over part of this. And same thing with this. I want to talk about one thing. So every employer should keep an employee file on their employees. An employee must have access to his or her file at all times. Termination employee may be at will or for good cause only. In states where it's at will, such as California, California is an at-will state. In other words, I can fire you for any reason. I don't have to tell you the reason, but I can basically just fire you, okay? Depend on the situations. There are some states that you have to be given reasons and they have to be valid as to why you can be fired, but California is not one of them, just so you know, guys, okay? Oh, you know what? Let's go back to that. I can fire you because I don't like the color of your hair or your attitude. I just have to be careful what I say to you when I fire you. But I can fire you for those reasons. Okay, payroll accounting systems. This is extremely important because there are so many laws, there's so many regulations. There are two basic records that you have to actually keep, and we're going to look at them on the next slide. Two basic records. First one is called a payroll register, and this is, I'll have a register for every payday, and every payday it will have the date of the payday, it will have all my employees, it will have all their hours worked, the rate they're getting paid, it will have all their overtime earnings, it'll have all their deductions, and it'll show me their net payout. So this is one of two registers or two records that have to be kept at all times, is a payroll register. And finally, an employee's earning records. So basically, I'm going to have one of these for every employee, okay? That will show every week how much I paid him and all of his information. So this is actually for Cheryl, if you see down here. And so each employee has an employee earnings record. And by the way, you could actually ask your employer, if you wanted to see yours, you could actually ask to see yours. But it's nothing more than a combination of every one of your payrolls. Okay, so my last slide for this talks about a payroll accounting system, and I've already mentioned this. You really should consider outsourcing this because there are so many laws, so many due dates on when payroll taxes are due. And if you miss a payroll tax date, in other words, you have to deposit. So the employer pays you the employee money. The employer withholds your money out of your paycheck for taxes. The employer's responsibility is to provide that money to the government by a certain date. So if you're the employer, you have to make payroll tax deposits based on how much money is being withheld. If you miss a date or you're late even 10 minutes that it's due, you'll be fined and interest on that. So honestly, unless you're a real small business, you really want to consider having somebody outside the company doing it. Okay, it's just so much better. So that is the end of chapter 1. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Let's pop back in here. So in case you didn't know, I told you this is my home office I'm working out of. I'm always available to talk anytime you want. Feel free to call me or contact me. And I will be doing one of these for every chapter. They will be broken into small 3-minute videos to cover just enough material for you to understand. So thank you and have a great day.